Hey everybody, I'm Bede, aka the Terrible Australian, and welcome to the fourth edition of my 2013 MIFF video reviews. For this edition, I will be reviewing the Japanese drama Like Father, Like Son, and the documentary Blackfish. So, I got my program, as you've already seen before, and let's get started on Like Father, Like Son. Ryota is a successful Tokyo architect who works long hours to provide for his wife Midori and their 6-year-old son Kitai. But when a blood test reveals Kitai and another baby were switched at birth, two very different families are thrown together and are forced to make a difficult decision while Ryota confronts his own issues of responsibility and what it means to be a father. Now, this is the newest film from acclaimed Japanese director Hiro. Sorry, sorry if I'm pronouncing names wrong. I had to write this just down just in case. Uh, Hirokazu Kurita. Now, I haven't actually. The only other film of his that I've actually seen, and I only just found out just recently that he actually did make this film, was the film Air Doll, which I know a lot of people sort of either loved or hated. I was kind of mixed on it myself, and I haven't really seen his other films that he's made. But one of the reasons why I wanted to check this one out at the festival is that this actually won the runner-up prize at Cannes this year. So, it was critically acclaimed and won an award. So I figured why not give it a check it out. And I have to say this is a beautifully made film, and even though it's a kind of a story that has been done before in other films in the past, but how Kurita approaches this material is so beautifully done. It's very gentle. It's very moving, and also has besides drama, it also has a lot of humor in it as well, and a lot of honesty, and the way that the film is approached. It doesn't like it has the potential of being a very sentimental film, but it doesn't feel sentimental at all, and it's actually just quite a gentle, touching film. And it's beautifully written. It's well directed, and the performances from the entire cast are excellent, especially the actor who plays Ryota, whose name is sorry if I get this name wrong as well, Masakaru Fukuyama. I'm not sure if I don't believe I've seen him in any other films before, but I thought he was terrific in the film, and the movie is really centered on his character and I found his both his performance and his character's arc throughout the whole film really compelling, and it's just to see this man just face with this with this horrible situation that I think every parent just fears. Like you're raising a child who you thought was your son, and you find out that he's not even actually your blood, and that another family is actually raising your son by blood. And and it's interesting how we sort of follow his character, and how during the course of the film how he like how all of this is affecting him, and and he tries to come up with solutions uh, to make it all better. But and it's just so beautifully well handled. I just thought it's such a beautiful film, and I really loved it a lot. And also the supporting cast, whose names I can't think of at the top of my head at the moment, are all terrific. And the young kids who play the children in the film are so terrific as well. And they actually act like real children. They don't. These aren't young kids uh, who just seem like they're playing characters who are much older than they are. They're actually playing children, and they act and behave like real children too. So, and it's a terrific film. Again, if you haven't it's one I would highly recommend everyone to check out. So that's like father, like son. And if I had to rate this film, I would give it a strong, very high up, 4.5 out of 5. It's that good. Now on to the next film, which I will find in my booklet, Blackfish, which is a critically acclaimed documentary. And what this film is about: in 2010, an orca, Tilikum, killed one of his SeaWorld trainers. It was the third death the killer whale had been involved in over 2 decades in captivity. This eye-opening film focuses on the collision between a 5-ton star attraction and the multi-billion-dollar theme park franchise, exploring the relationship between the captured animal and its trainers as it descends into tragedy. Um, One thing I can definitely say about this film is that after watching this film, don't think I could ever go to SeaWorld in Orlando. Um, it, it, it's it's so compelling, this film. It's shocking the way how, like, at first you sort of get presented this killer whale named Tilikum, and you sort of want, and the fact that he's killed 3 people over the last 20 years, you think, oh, well, this such a dangerous animal. Why would anyone keep it around? But as the movie sort of delves into Tilikum and also other orca whales and how it it just becomes absolutely shocking, and you kind of know all about these things, but when you actually see it, it just it just it was an eye opening experience for me. Like, I always knew about these type of things, but just to see it at the extent that this movie delves into was just really shocking to me. The fact that um, there's many reasons why Tilikum could have done these things, and one of them the movie kind of suggests it could be psychological problems. The fact that this whale, when Tilikum was only a baby, was taken from its mother and put into the, well, he didn't go to SeaWorld till many years after he was captured, but going into other sort of water parks and all that sea animal parks, and the way how he was treated, and by some of the trainers, and as well as the companies that own him, and as well as even other whales, did a lot of damage to him, and it just, this poor animal at the situation just basically kind of snaps. And I'm probably not explaining this properly, but that's just, and the film just explores like how SeaWorld treats, how horrible they treat these beautiful animals, and it just it was just shocking. And that's pretty much one of the only things I can really say about the film, is that this was an eye-opening, shocking experience. And but also it's an incredibly well-made documentary as well. I was riveted from the very beginning to the very end. And it's another film that I highly suggest everyone to go check it out. I mean, some people may say it may be a bit one-sided because SeaWorld actually refused to be interviewed for the documentary. But when you sort of hear from, the former trainers of Tilikum and those who have worked at SeaWorld, and just see other eyewitness accounts of how SeaWorld works, it's very convincing, and they definitely they'd have to be very, well, I mean, the thing about documentaries is that you never know, they sometimes can be biased, but the film's argument is very effective and convincing. And I would have liked it to have been a bit more well rounded, to hear from the other side as well, um, but it approaches its argument and its subject matter extremely well, and it's a film I really highly recommend everyone to check out as well. That's the film Blackfish. Definitely check it out when it does become available, whether it's in cinemas or DVD, Blu-ray, video on demand.
And if I had to rate this film, I definitely give this one also a 4 out of 5. It really impressed me that much, and like some of the films I've talked about so far in these video reviews, it's one that I suggest everyone to check out. Yep, so that is the end of my fourth edition of my MIFF video reviews. Keep a lookout very soon for my fifth edition, in which I'll be reviewing the teen drama The Spectacular Now and the Danish thriller A Hijacking. So keep a lookout for those two. Well, look out for that review, I should say. And I'll see you guys then. See you, everyone. Bye.